Move on to our next record. It is called Atonement. It is by the band Killswitch Engage. Killswitch Engage? This particular Engage. Whatever that means. The 8th album from the Kings of Metalcore. Modern Metalcore. Coming off the back of the incredibly disappointing Incarnate in 2016. Their 3rd album back with... I was going to say original vocalist Jesse Leach. I suppose, yeah, he's the original vocalist Jesse Leach.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought there was someone in the very, very early days, but there wasn't. The big thing about this one, Remfrey, is Howard Jones, the other guy the guy who replaced Jesse and that Jesse then replaced, is on a song in this one. He's actually on one of the songs. So Metalhead's fucking dream thing, Howard and Jesse together on a song called The Signal Fire. Can't tell which one's which, to be perfectly honest, but they are there together. We also got Chuck Billy's on the album as well.
Yeah,
Chuck Billy, I think, doing slightly better than Howard on the record for my personal money. Yeah. I didn't like Incarnate. Didn't like Incarnate, and just for the record straight away, let's just throw our cards on the table. This is much better than Incarnate, but it's not as good as Disarm the Descent, which was Jesse's comeback record. And I think end of review, basically. Killswitch Engage sound like Killswitch Engage. It's just about whether or not they write good songs in the process. And there are some good songs in this record. There are some not so good songs in this record. Mm-hmm. It is a fine Killswitch Engage record.
I do actually, yes, I actually agree with that assessment. Now, we should bear in mind, long-term listeners of this podcast will know that I have no love for this band at all. And as you say, it's basically just another Killswitch Engage album, so it's not going to change my mind, and it hasn't. But in
it's
terms,
weird that you don't like. I still find that weird that you don't like the great, fucking End of Heartache.
I mean, to be honest with you, when I say don't like, really what I mean is everyone around me considers Killswitch one of the greatest metal bands of the 21st century, and I'm there kind of going, all right. And I think the End of Heartache, it's all right. I think Alive or Just Breathing, it's all right. There are bangers on it, but
quite a lot of bangers on those two records put together. It's a bloody hotel breakfast buffet full of bangers.
I mean, we discussed the metalcore a lot on this podcast. I'm not going to go back into it. Blah blah blah. But again, it is the same old thing that I say in terms of there just isn't all that much dynamic range, and I put a Killswitch record on, whether it's Alive or Just Breathing or Disarm the Descent, or I think I once listened to Incarnate, and I always get bored by the end because it starts, I'm like, oh yeah, this is quite cool, but by the end I'm just like, I'm really sort of done with this. This album is 39 minutes and something odd seconds, so it's quite short. It is quite pacey and short.
I think that helps.
Certainly helps. I still get bored by the end of it, which I think is telling considering it's only 40 minutes. But everything you just said in terms of better than Incarnate, not as good as Disarm the Descent, which I actually do rate as a record. I can, I listen to End of Heartache and Alive or Just Breathing and Disarm the Descent, those three in particular, and I understand why those ones are considered better ones than, say, Incarnate or the second self-titled album or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's a stinker, that one.
Yeah. But, I still feel, I mean, they're the AC/DC of metalcore, aren't they? Or isn't just metalcore the AC/DC of metal generally? Isn't the entire genre just the AC/DC of, it's just to my ears, and I can't escape this.
New metal is, to be honest. There's more going on in metalcore than there is in new. Oh wow,
that might make an interesting podcast one day.
Yeah.
Me new metal, you metalcore. Although
I don't want to be the metal guy. The thing is, metalcore's
You would have
so
a bad
bad
rap.
now. That's
Yeah,
a problem with this,
yeah.
and it's the thing is that like I think it's one of those things. A bit like we were saying with Kanye West last week, and the first time those two people have ever been compared with one another, is that do you fucking slap the bum of the people who popularized and kind of helped create the thing just because what they've created is so shit?
Yeah.
And a lot of modern metalcore, 90% of modern metalcore is poo bum willy smackers. It's not good. And
Another episode title. Very good.
but here's the thing with this record. Like, there's a song called Ravenous. It's 2.5 minutes long. It's a fucking banger. And all the brutal ones on this, like the way the opening track Unleashed, the way that is what Unleashed is great. And when they come in and it's that death metal, because they've got a bit of that death metal thing, Killswitch Engage. Adam D brings that like death metal, like, and it's it's not Cannibal Corpse by any stretch of the imagination, but it's the same approach as a band like Cannibal Corpse to just go, let's have all out war, like everything turned up as high as it will go, and just batter the fuck out of everything.
Certainly comes out of the tracks in a good way.
And when they do that, Killswitch Engage are great. They are fucking great, and particularly when they do that with Jesse, they are fucking great. And I've always thought that with Jesse in the band, they are the best moments. And Jesse also can pin a mean anthemic chorus as well. And if there's one thing I think this album lacks a bit as a Killswitch Engage album, where it kind of falls down to below the standards of a Disarmed Descent and certainly an End of Heartache or an Alive or Just Breathing, is that actually Jesse's more melodic work on this record, it doesn't quite cut it for me. There's a song on it called I Am Broken Too, and I really want to like that song.
That's a more ballad is not the right word, but more mid-paced,
kind of like a stompier, like a sort of a lurcher.
Lurcher, that's quite good, yeah.
I really want to like that because you can tell how much Jesse has put into that song, but it just kind of it's just a bit ploddy, and so I kind of find myself going, go fast, you know what I mean?
This record, it almost literally, I'm being ever so slightly facetious here, but it's like fast song, ploddy song, fast song, ploddy song, fast song, ploddy song, fast song, ploddy song, and it's very formulaic. Ooh.
It's great, and but the thing is, when it's fast, I'm like, and I definitely find myself, like Chuck Billy coming in,
yeah, it's definitely better when it's fast. I don't know, you know what I'm like with this sort of thing.
I know.
I mean,
for what it's worth, even I feel like I don't really have in a week where there's a very different Sleater Kinney album, there's a very dense and kind of conceptual Frank Turner album, and there's the Bon Iver album. But Killswitch Engage come along and are letting the side down for metal a little bit in the nicest possible way. Like, artistically speaking, this is, if you are a fan of Killswitch Engage, you're probably going to really, really like this album. I don't think it's it's maybe not the one you will come back to a lot. I mean, I would be surprised if many people went back to Incarnate, but certainly Disarmed the Descent, I think that's stuck. I think there's a lot of stuff on here which will stick, and there's a lot of stuff on here that I would probably want to hear live. And I know, we've kind of glossed over the fact that Howard's even on the Signal Fire, and that's because
I think people will be really disappointed with that song.
Yeah,
it's pretty meh.
Yeah, you wait that long and it's not a great song.
It's kind of nice to hear them, and I can just about tell the difference if I'm really concentrating, but they do have pretty similar voices, and having the two of them on one track doesn't really add that much to it. No. And in terms of the song, it's okay, but it's no My Curse, is it? Or fucking some
like My Last Serenade.
Oh yeah, there we go. That's actually, I do like that.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, we're about to review a feeder record, and this probably is the most boring record of the week, so that says quite a lot, I think.
Jesus Christ.
But also, do you know the thing that's bugging me? This will get good reviews, because Killswitch records always do. They always get, 8 out of 10s or 4 out of 5s, and everyone's always just like, oh yeah, it's a bit of a return to form every fucking time. And, and I can prove this because I went on Metacritic, and the score for Disarmed the Descent is 79, and the score for Incarnate is 78. And it's like, well, those albums are, even I can tell, and this is a band that, to me, the majority of their stuff all sounds the same, but even I can tell that the quality between Disarmed the Descent and Incarnate is totally it's broad. And I've not seen other reviews of this record yet, but I bet you everyone's just going to be like, oh yeah, it's a really nice Killswitch Engage record, and then just forget about it.
I bet it doesn't get a great review in Metal Hammer.
Oh, are you doing it?
No.
Oh, right.
I just think it might not.
Really?
Yeah.
I think Incarnate did, didn't it?
Yeah,
I don't remember, to be honest.
Know. I think it did actually, yeah. But I think, well, I don't know who's reviewing it, to be honest. So
we shall see.
We'll see. I don't know why I said that. It might be I was just sort of sticking up for Metal Hammer.
I wasn't specifically. I wasn't specifically saying Hammer. I mean, they are one of the magazines who I imagine will say nice things about it. But
the reason that it gets good reviews is because the sort of people who like this sort of thing, and Killswitch Engage have done like. Not everyone wants to be challenged too much.
I guess so, but I suppose in an economy where all music costs the same, i.e. free, my mind cannot work out why you would choose to listen to this when Tool exists. But
that's pretty different. You're not going to fucking bang your head to Tool.
I do.
All right, well, fine. No one wants to hear that. Anyway, listen, Atonement is out now. It's by Killswitch Engage. Let us know what you think about it. I mean, it's absolutely perfectly. It's workmanlike.
It's fine.
What I would say
it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But if you want metal to be perfectly fine, I think you're listening to the wrong genre.
Shots fired.